Welcome back to Warrior Feather Creations, Stories and Art by DLP. In this video, I'm going to review the Saurozoic Warriors figure from Boss Fight Studio. This is the Saurozoic Warriors figure in the box. It's the Ceratopsian guard figure, and here it is in the box with all of its accessories. And it's a pretty good looking box. I like the design on the outside, and it's got some pretty cool side panel designs as well. Here we have the 3 Ceratopsian guards with some jungle in the background. Very cyberpunk kind of feel to this figure. There's Boss Fight Studio logo in the lower right. And here we have the back of the box. So on the back of the box, it has a better description of this character.
Handpicked by the leader of the Ceratopsian tribe, members of the Ceratops Guard pledge absolute loyalty to their leader. For generations, they have policed the lands, ensuring the strict rules are obeyed by the powerless. After their former captain, Triox Skybird, fled with the valuable contents from the vaults, they pursued relentlessly until the trail went cold. Angry at their inability to capture one they thought they knew, they doubled their efforts to find other criminals. They arrest and punish all who dare complain about living and working conditions. Hunting criminals in packs, the guards are relentless. Anger grows in the city. However, the guards are armed with the finest and most powerful weapons available, and none have tried to rise against them yet. While rarely seen alone, each guard is outfitted handsomely with their own spear, blaster pistol, knife, 2 smoke grenades, a gas mask, and armor.
So at the bottom here, we've got 3 different dinosaur guards that you can also collect. I was tempted by the first Ceratopsian, but I didn't get it. So here we have our Ceratopsian guard out of the box. He's standing against the background that came with the figure, and here are his accessories as shown on the back of the box as well, standing up to show the figure with the accessories here. And I decided to do a close-up view of the figure. Here I'm showing the articulation, and I did notice that this figure has incredible detail, beautiful paint job here on the figure overall, great coloring, very beautiful gradient of green there throughout, lots of detail in the frill of the dinosaur. There's no tail on these figures, which is kind of a shame, but that's okay. Lots of holsters for the weapons and some pretty cool looking gold armor pieces that are very flexible. What's cool about this dinosaur figure is that it is super articulated, and the head especially is perfect for posing. You can look down, look up, look over to the side. You can tilt the head in different directions. You can move the arms as well. Move the arms around, move them up, twist the wrist a little bit, and you can also move the legs quite a bit. The hips kind of slide out pretty easily in their hip sockets. It's a very nice figure roll. I love the way it stands too. Stands really well. So this figure, I'm just showing off some more of the articulation in more detail here with a close-up of the arm, rotating the wrist. I'm not sure if the glaives come off on the wrists there, the gold glaives, but they do allow for some movement of the arm. The elbow has quite a bit of articulation on one side, and so does the shoulder. What's interesting though about the shoulder is when it rotates, the glaive at the shoulder pad section there comes up like that. It pops off a little bit. So it's not perfect in its setting. It's kind of flexible plastic too. I think it's a little bit of a different make. I'm not sure, again, if these pads even come off. I don't think they do. The rest seem to be molded onto the figure, including the little loincloth strip there in the front. The feet have these glaives as well, like these protectors at the bottom. Again, nice flat feet there to hold the figure up, and knees rotate pretty nicely. Again, excellent articulation for this figure. I wasn't expecting that. The knees are a little bit stiff on one side, but the hip joint, the hip socket there rotates perfectly well. Really good articulation overall. Paint job, again, is excellent on this figure. I couldn't really see any major flaws with it. from what I could tell, just by examining the figure pretty carefully. And it's got a lot of waist articulation too. You can tell as I rotate this figure, I'm going to rotate it all the way around. Just going to pull an exorcist here and just rotate all the way around. It's a lot of fun to play with this figure, pose it, you know, in different stances and things like that. And as I was moving the figure around too, I noticed that the face here can only move up and down, but the jaw I noticed could also be articulated. So I'm going to show that off here in just 1 second. I'm moving the head around, making it look up. And again, excellent posability. Kind of dropped there a little bit. The excellent posability overall. Really great for photos. Perfect for, Instagram or even channels like this, like YouTube, just for posing. This figure just looks great overall. Really cool look to it. Um, so I'm going to show off the mouth next. So I'm going to open up the mouth here. And it takes a little bit for me because I'm working with my opposite hand. I'm working with my left hand here in this. But I'm going to open up the mouth and show the pink tongue, and the mouth actually drops all the way open like the mummy. Uh, and it actually can be posed as well, so I like that. Also, I like the fact that this figure just has so much detail to it for just kind of a what seems to be like a standard like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle style action figure. Here it is with all of its accessories on, the gas mask, the spear. The spear, it could hold it in its hand pretty well, but I did find that it dropped it down for a second, so it's just not a perfect grip on the fingers. I don't think I can replace the hands. It's not like NECA that way. And still, the gas mask was kind of a cool feature. And so here he is compared to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle figures. Here he is next to Michelangelo, my vintage Mikey figure there from the 80s. And here he is next to the figure Walkabout, who is a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle figure as well, a kangaroo, all outfitted there for adventures in the outback of Australia with an eye patch and everything. I love that hat too, it's cool. Here, the Saurozoic warrior is compared to Raphael from the next generation, I think, of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and here he is next to the NECA 90s TMNT movie. This is one of my favorite action figures that I recently acquired. I love NECA figures. I'm probably going to do another review on NECA soon. So here he is holding his pizza slice and his sign next to the Saurozoic warrior, and I'm going to pose them as if the Saurozoic warrior is offended that he got offered some pizza by this other mutant creature. So yeah, that is my review of the Saurozoic Warriors-Ceratopsian guard figure from Boss Fight Studio. I love this figure a lot. It was a lot of fun to get this figure and pose it, and so special thanks to Pixel Dan for suggesting this figure, and thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed this review of this figure. Feel free to check out Boss Fight Studio online. You can go to their Instagram page or you can go to their shop. I've got links in the description box below. Also, feel free to check out my links, my link tree in the description box if you're so inclined. I really appreciate the views on the previous review that I did, so feel free to check that out in the card above and also in the description box below. Thank you for watching this video. I hope that wherever you are, you're having a great rest of your day or evening, and take care, and I'll see you in the next video.